What is up, guys? Welcome to GTA 6 Explained. Today we're going to be looking at the GTA 6 map, what we have so far, and we're going to just basically analyze the different parts of it and see what we are going to be getting. So this map, you can get it on gta6explained.com/map. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can go check it out yourself. But this was originally created by an open source community that kind of just based off of all the information we have so far have put pinpoints on certain landmarks and basically the whole map as a whole and the different areas that those cities will be in. So yeah, let's take a look. So just in general, you can see over here right now the map is fairly large. You can kind of tell that it is much larger than GTA 5's just from the looks of it. The map doesn't show specific roads in detail much out of the main city. So you can see, like, let's say in the city you see like this road over here right under downtown. There's probably a bunch of other roads between these as well, right? So that's definitely going to make it look a lot bigger. So this is more of like a high level overview of the map and what it consists of. So let's first look at the different areas of the map and we will go from there. All right, let's start from the top. So you can see on the top, this is Sundown over here. Let's see what this single item is. This is Table Rock Mountain, right? And that's basically what it is. This area is called Mount Calaga National Park, right? And I'm assuming this will just be more of like wildlife. Nothing really much will be going on here, right? You can even see from the pinpoints, not really a lot of things are here. So next to this is Port Gellhorn. So I've made a couple videos about Port Gellhorn and what kind of, what's the importance of this city. You can kind of tell it does have somewhat of a lot of things going on. It is obviously a smaller city, right? But definitely a lot of, or at least some missions will be happening within Port Gellhorn, right? So that's definitely something to consider. The next one is Ambrosia. Right, this one is a even smaller city, right, or a smaller town, I should say, right. It doesn't seem like there's much going on in here, but definitely other landmarks. You can see we have some retail spots, gas stations, some just random leaked pictures that we have, nothing to confirm on what it is, some industrial plants and things like that. So yeah, you can also see there is an airport here, like a single airport, single runway, I'm assuming. So that's there. Port Gellhorn. What is this? Gellhorn International Raceway. So this is not an airport. I'm not sure if there is an airport at Port Gellhorn. So no, that's not it. So yeah, oops, it's kind of glitching out, but okay, yeah, it doesn't look like there's an airport there, but this airport in the middle kind of can serve for both, right? It is one of those smaller airports, similar to GTA 5, how there's a single lane airport, or I think it's double, two-way airport somewhere on the top of the map. Right. So next, let's go. Oh, we'll save the biggest for last. So let's scroll to the bottom of the screen. So here you can see the grass rivers, which are basically the Everglades. Definitely, I believe there will be quite a few missions within this area as well, right? It's just a very densely populated place, and I'm sure there'll be some missions involving like some boats or something to traverse through these Everglades. So yeah, that's another one. Then is the Florida Keys, right, which is the Lanida Keys. This is probably more of like the richer area, the more fancier area. You'll see probably more expensive houses here, bigger houses, and obviously there will be have like the beaches will be here as well. Aside from that, there is an airport over here also. So we have two airports so far that we can tell from this map. And yeah, now let's go to Vice City, which is the main city, which is in kind of like a replica of Miami. Okay, first and foremost, you can see a very large airport over here on the left-hand side. So if there is some sort of mission or involving airplanes, right, or just to mess around and fly them around, definitely this will be probably the area to come to see much larger airplanes as well. And then you can see over here, there's just a lot of pinpoints over here. Most of your missions will probably be involved somewhere in this Vice City area, right? Let's just look at a few different pinpoints. So you can see the beach is on here on the right hand side. So let's see. So these are just kind of images of residential buildings, or just basically different landmarks throughout the game that we will probably think that will be in there. So yeah, you can tell it's very dense right now. If you're just looking at it from a high level, it probably doesn't seem too dense in terms of the road structure. But like I mentioned, these are not the final roads. There are much smaller roads built inside as well. These are probably more of like the main roads that you can kind of just go through, but there will be smaller roads in between these. So yeah, this is pretty much Vice City as a whole, and then let's look at the map as a whole as well. So what's this pinpoint? So that's another landmark. But yeah, from the looks of it, you can definitely tell there is a lot going on. There's a lot to explore, a lot more than GTA 5. And yeah, you know, this is something that most people are looking forward to and most people do care about, right? So even just looking at this, you know, we see the border over here. There are certain islands that we can see. We don't have too much information on those just yet, but there's certain islands, and let's see, what are these markers? Some markers on the offshore, so you know, those kind of give some information. But you know, there's a lot of these tiny islands. Hopefully those are able to be explored as well. I don't want it to be where, yeah, they're there, but you can't really get off and go on the island. That kind of defeats the purpose of the island being there in the first place. So yeah, oh, this is pretty cool. They have a research station out in the middle of nowhere. So that's really nice to see. They have different things. You know, it's not the typical land, and then you know how GTA 5 was. There wasn't really much across aside from like the main land, right? So it's really nice to see. You know, you can get on a boat or something and land on like a remote island or something completely different and check it out. So yeah, that's definitely you know, it's something interesting to tell from the map, right? And we do have a lot of these pinpoints. Obviously, they are not all 100% confirmed. It's more of what the community has gathered and what they think the map will, what the game will ultimately have, right? So yeah, take a look at the map. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. You know, if there's any certain places that you're definitely excited to explore. You know, obviously aside from Vice City, I definitely want to check out Port Gellhorn. I do think it will be one of the more exciting cities aside from Vice City to check out. And yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Leave them down below. If you want the link to this map, I'll leave it down in the description below. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, make sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.